presentations, all presentations. I will ask Karen to leave the room kindly, and we will decide the top two together with the jury. Yeah, we will follow the format similar to what we did last month. We will have 5 minutes speech, 3 minutes Q&A. I will check the format compliance, and we will have the announcement tomorrow. Probably we will share the link where you can access it. And top 16 from each team will access to the final stage. Just briefly talking about myself, my name is Elif Çelik. I am a lecturer in technology-based entrepreneurship here at Delft Center for Entrepreneurship, TU Delft. And I am the moderator of the Sustainable Mobility session today of the ClimateLaunchpad. Just briefly talking about the ClimateLaunchpad, we started with 10 countries in 2014, and today, in less than 10 years, we hit 59 countries all around the world. That's why we had 4 regional finals this year, and top of each region, in total 80 teams are competing today at the semi-finals of the global final. And congratulations, you are one step closer. And the 16 teams that will be chosen today will pitch again next week, Thursday, November 3rd, in front of a new jury for the cash prizes. The first prize is 10,000 euros. The second prize is 5,000 euros, and the third prize is the 2,500 euros. But most importantly, all the top 16 startups will get automatic access to ClimateLaunchpad Climate Accelerator that will provide tailored follow-on support and to network and the funding and etc. I think that's the biggest value in my opinion. All right. Maybe I can already share the link for the global, the announcement for afternoons before I forget. Afternoon, sorry, tomorrow afternoon. So you can see who are the winners. All right. For further ado, we're gonna have the pitching today, and yeah, now you can see at 2 o'clock you have the announcement. You got the link, and next week those who are chosen as the top will pitch again. Okay, we have as a jury we have seasoned experts in sustainability domain today, and I would kindly invite the jury members to introduce themselves. Sarah Atkins from Venture Party, could you please? First, unmute yourself.
Hi, good morning. I'm a portfolio CFO focusing on the climate change space and mobility in particular.
And thank you. Emmanuel Ataderi.
Yes, thank you. Good morning from Nigeria, Lagos. My name is Emmanuel Ataderi. I'm the Executive Secretary, Financial Center for Sustainability, Lagos, and Senior Vice President with FMD.
Thank you, Emmanuel. And Elisa Marquez from Innovate.
Hi, hello, good morning, everyone. I'm from Portugal. I'm an innovation consultant in the area of sustainability at Innovate, helping companies with European funding for their tech development projects. And I also have an entrepreneurial background, so it's always very exciting to see pitches from companies looking to make their impact in this area. Welcome all.
Thank you, Lisa. And today we were supposed to have Yomna, but we had a last-minute emergency. Hope she can make it soon, but we will see. All right. This is the pitching order. First, we have, please correct me if I mispronounce your startup name. That's a shame. I tried to actually learn it going through your presentations. So the first one is HIAM. The second one is the energy company. The third one is IGowise. Fourth one is MeGoElectric. Fifth is MaxAh. Sixth is Ginger Goats. And seventh is Thermistance. And eighth is ProtofabTT.
Elif,
Yes.
just one note. I think if you could maybe check the waiting room. I think Yumna has been waiting in the waiting room.
Nuhu, could you please can't see anyone. No. I can see, but I hope Nuhu, you're just keep an eye on the moderating room. Waiting room. Okay. You got a message?
Yes, there was a message. I think she seems to be joining. Maybe you just need to pull her to the jury.
Just I can't see anyone in the waiting room. No, can you check, please?
I have admitted. I have admitted them.
Great. Yamna, welcome.
Hi everyone. Sorry for being late. Thank you for adding me.
No problem. Could you please kindly introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Hello. I'm Yamna Al-Amri from Cairo, Egypt. I work mainly in the field of education policy and sustainable development, running projects in
Yeah, I think you had
climate change, the water, energy, food nexus, different portfolio of projects. I'm very happy to be here. Sorry, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Welcome, Yumna.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
For further ado, let's start. Okay. For fixing climate change, one startup at a time. Luck to everyone, and first startup is HIAM. If you have any problem with hearing the pitch, please let me know immediately.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm going to speak about sustainable maritime mobility. Relative to other means of transportation, maritime mobility has fallen behind in the energy transition. This is particularly true for small and artisanal professionals who have no economically viable solution to decarbonize their operations. Developments to date have been focused on innovative technologies that lack the local availability, the economies of scale, and the maturity needed for these small operators. And that's where we come in. Our deal is simple and straightforward. We sell engine conversions to professional ship operators, taking them from fossil fuel combustion to hydrogen gas combustion for 19,500 euros per engine. We also provide maintenance services for 490 euros per engine per year, generating recurring revenue and reinforcing our business model. Our beachhead market is professional oyster farmers and fisher folk in the Aquitaine region of France. There are local subsidies for these professionals to decarbonize their operations, as well as for the development of hydrogen infrastructure, making it ideal for HIAM's launch. We've already obtained 2 letters of interest, sponsorship from 4 municipalities, and are in discussions with the local trade union demonstrating strong interest in our offer. Nonetheless, we can and will expand this offer to include boating, transport, and tourism operators throughout countries where carbon taxes and fossil fuel regulations incentivize emissions reductions. For ship operators in all our target markets, our solution is simply the quickest, the easiest, the cheapest way to drop carbon emissions to zero, period. This comparison of engine and maintenance costs over a 10-year period highlights the advantage of hydrogen combustion over currently available alternatives. This economic advantage holds true even when accounting for fuel and storage systems. Suffice it to say, in comparison with electric batteries and hydrogen fuel cells, ship operators no longer need to make any significant changes to their ships, their assets, their operations, nor do they need to wait years for an economically viable solution to arrive. Simply said, what we're offering is a technology they master that respects the environment from which they earn a living at a price point that they already pay today. This is possible because our conversion is equivalent to standard engine maintenance. Based on a patented French technology, we simply swap out a limited number of parts from the engine and the fuel injection system to make them compatible with burning hydrogen gas. Thanks to the simplicity of this operation, we can convert boat engines to go green in a day. But not any day, tomorrow, as our technology has already passed qualification testing and is scheduled for a first vehicle integration this year. To date, we've conducted more than 20 interviews with stakeholders throughout our value chain, and we discovered that oyster farmers in Aquitaine are mindful of climate change and have been experimenting with electric mobility technologies since 2015 for that very reason. The feedback we got was fourfold and unanimous. Electric is too expensive, doesn't provide enough range, it doesn't provide enough power, and it's too unfamiliar as a technology. It was this customer feedback combined with the perceived operational risks that drove us towards hydrogen combustion as a solution to begin with. In year 5, our financial projection is 1.6 million euros in annual profits from our beachhead market and the conversion of 2,250 engines. Our key drivers are our selling price, our cost to build, and our ability to capture market share. Hopefully, you already have a sense for the potential scale of impact of our solution. It can provide total decarbonization for ships across the globe wherever green hydrogen is available. Our initial calculations indicate our beachhead market can save up to 27,000 tons of CO2 equivalents per year. And if we look at an individual motor, each conversion is equivalent to taking at least 3 cars off the road. With my buddy Hervé, our dream is to help maritime communities worldwide, like the ones we grew up in, establish a new balance with their ecosystems by converting at least 2,000 engines before 2027. To do so, we've already partnered with established actors in maritime operations and hydrogen delivery. Together, I am making maritime mobility sustainable. Not by 2050, not by 2030, but by tomorrow. And with that said, I thank you all for both your time and attention.
Thank you. Alexander and Herbert, you're both here.
Yeah,
We are. Hello, everyone.
Oops. I would kindly invite you for the Q&A.
Sure.
Stop sharing for a while.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please, sir.
of course.
So the conversion of the engines looks easy to implement and quite cost effective. What's the cost, however, of the infrastructure around the hydrogen charging, and also what's the source of the hydrogen?
Yeah, so perhaps I can start with the latter part of that question. What's the source? And then I'll let my buddy Hervé maybe comment on the cost of establishing a dedicated supply. So for our initial ecosystem, our initial early adopters, we're planning on hydrogen deliveries by truck. So there's a few companies that provide some kind of standardized, containerized hydrogen deliveries. Air Products, Air Liquide, and Linde are the 3 major ones. And then also within our grouping of partners, we've strategically associated with actors in the hydrogen generation and distribution space to secure the supply for our early adopters. Beyond that, we need to find partners locally wherever we actually sell our solution. And then as far as the pricing goes, I can speak to the actual price of hydrogen as a commodity. In France, the best price point that we got at the pump, mind you, was about €9 per kilogram of hydrogen. And that, I can actually show this, already puts us at price point parity with gasoline today at the price point it's at. So that first line is where we are for total cost of ownership over 10 years, including the supply of hydrogen, which is the bar in gray. And then towards, let's say, third bar from the bottom, you have internal combustion engine, leisure, and pro just beneath that. Those are the total cost of ownership for standard gasoline engines, whether you're a professional or a individual, say B2B or B2C.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, Sarah?
It does. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, and the source of the hydrogen in the sense of the emissions associated with the production of the hydrogen.
So we're only working with green hydrogen, if that's what.
That was my question. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the jury with a question?
Just quickly, how long do you believe you'll be able to, or to open other markets beyond your beachhead in that specific area in France?
As in, how long do we think the market will be available to us before?
Sorry, apology, my phrase was not very good. How long will it be until you be able to open other markets beyond your beachhead?
We'll say technically no time at all. We can begin sales. So I'll say our commercial development strategy starts out sort of ensuring installation and maintenance ourselves locally. Then we need to basically switch to, for scalability reasons, a different model where we're selling retrofit kits. In the sense you basically order a box with a bunch of parts in it, a guide, a step-by-step guide in the way of like IKEA furniture that will tell a garage mechanic step-by-step how to be able to install that. And so our ability to go international is relatively short in the sense that we kind of absolve ourselves of actual labor activities very quickly. So I'd say 2024, our current roadmap, we're already making international sales.
Okay, thank you for questions and answers. The 3 minutes is up, unfortunately. We have to continue with the next one. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Do you see the right one? So the next startup is the energy company.
Hi everyone. Good morning. I'm Rahul Lamba, co-founder of the energy company. The deal from our side is that we offer batteries and analytic services to our customers. To begin with, these are fleet operators at a price point of 50,000 rupees for electric two-wheeler. At the end of first life, we buy back old batteries from our customers at 7,000 rupees and we sell it at 10,000 rupees in stationary storage applications. So we have all seen that e-mobility market in general is going up significantly. We feel that our projected revenues by the year 2030 will be of the order of $5 billion cumulatively. What we did is we segmented the complete mobility market in different use cases for two-wheelers and three-wheelers. We identified our beachhead market as fleet operators who are currently working in last mile deliveries. And what we have done is we have validated our hypothesis further that will be explained in subsequent slides. So our offering in terms of the product and its features are that we are increasing the revenue for our end customer by ensuring that we are increasing the utilization rate by a factor of 50%, which increases the revenue by an order of 50% on a monthly basis. Also, in order to run their operations, currently they keep 40 to 50% spare batteries. With our solution, we reduce that inventory ratio down to 0, which reduces their total cost of ownership to a factor of less than 50%. The product offering from our side is that we have created a vertically integrated battery tech stack, which constitutes two things. One is a physical battery pack and the other is a digital battery passport. Now, our hardware product ensures that our products get fast charged in 15 minutes of time, and the life cycle offered by our products is 4 years, which is twice in comparison to other alternatives available in the market. Also, in terms of our data analytics services, we are personalizing the complete ownership experience for the end customer, and we are ensuring that the customer gets much more transparency in terms of defining the asset life, which ensures that the financing and the resale of the old asset is much more seamless. So the first proto that we had made, we took it to fast charge at a public fast charging station. And what you are seeing on screen is the display of the charger. So you are actually able to fast charge these batteries from 8% to 100% in 14 minutes of time. We have been doing that continuously for over a period of more than 2 months now. And during the course of our product journey, we have filed for 1 patent and 3 more are in the pipeline. Yeah. So how did we identify our customers? So what we did is we did a lot of research, primary as well as secondary. We conducted a lot of interviews with 8 fleet operators, 15 stationary storage contractors, and 30 plus 3-wheeler and 2-wheeler drivers. We had a few key assumptions and we got a fair bit of learning and understanding based on the interviews that we conducted. The biggest one amongst them was that currently the batteries are grossly underutilized. People are swapping their batteries whenever their current energy left is around 40%. So what we understood is that through our product that we are developing, there's a lot of scope for improving the whole experience for these customers. Now, the way we want to make money in this market is we are targeting 30 customers, targeting that we'll be selling 500 batteries per customer per year, and our profit per product is around 2,800 rupees. So our profit per year is of the order of 418 crores and 50 lakh. The key drivers here being that the cell pricing is acceptable, it does not fluctuate significantly, and the way we have designed our product, it is highly scalable, and the product reliability is much more than other alternatives available today. Now, if we talk about the climate impact, so we have compared it on 2 fronts. In terms of impact per vehicle, over a period of 8 years, our solution ensures that the overall emissions generated is 67% lesser in comparison to second best alternatives. And if we talk about the gross impact by the year 2030, we can reduce the overall greenhouse emissions by 4.5 lakh tons of CO2 emitted, which is actually equivalent of 5 lakh trees being planted by the same year. So now we talk about the founder's dream over here. So currently we are 3 co-founders in the energy company, which are supported by 3 more engineers who are helping out in terms of product development. Our long-term vision is that we want to make every energy transaction economically and environmentally sustainable through our energy storage solutions. In the next 5 years, we want to achieve 300 million USD in terms of our revenue. And in the longer run, the whole idea is that we want to make India a net exporter of energy storage technologies. Thank you. That's all from our side.
Thank you, the energy company. And I think we have both Pratik and Rahul here for the Q&A session. Yeah. Do you have any, let's stop sharing in case you have anything to share. From the jury, do you have questions to Pratik and Rahul?
That's a good question. Thank you for your pitch. I was just trying to clarify beyond the value proposition of the speed of the battery per se. In your first slide, you had something about after 4 years. You seem to be mentioning that there's some circularity of the battery cells. I suppose, can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah. So the idea from our side is that once these batteries are no longer fit for an automotive use case, we sell them in second life application where they are used for backup power generation. It could be either useful for powering an apartment or using it for charging a vehicle, which is just parked by the road. So such kind of opportunities are available in the country, and we have discussed with a few contractors for it.
So you'll be manipulating, let's say, the battery cells to reuse some of the possible to reuse cells into a different application, basically.
Exactly. And the way we have developed this technology, we will not be reusing or refurbishing it at cell level. So we are reducing even that amount of refurbishment. We will directly be utilizing the same pack in a second life application, which reduces the cost of the second life pack by around 30%.
Thank you.
And Sarah or Emmanuel, Yomna, do you have also questions?
Yes, thank you, Elif. The energy company, Pratik and Rahul, well done. The question is it just any type of battery that your technology can help to recharge, any type of battery? And what are your plans to, I know you said you plan in 5 years' time for India to become an exporter of energy storage. Energy storage, renewable energy has its own critical problem, storage. A major problem for renewable energy is storage around the world. There's the reason why developing countries tend to take it on, because they don't have the technology for the solar PV panels, they don't have for the battery, they don't have for the inverters. So if do you plan to expand to these developing countries like Nigeria, for example, and help to set up this facility? Because that is where you have the biggest need.
Yeah. So even we identified that apart from mobility, the energy storage market is a huge market in itself. So we are tapping into that specific use case where we'll be providing batteries for storing solar energy in them. So the idea is we will be doing pilots on a very small scale in India, and definitely we are more than willing to participate in Nigeria and the complete South African countries.
And answering to your first question, we are chemistry agnostic. So we don't want to push any particular chemistry to provide the performance we are claiming. And also with respect to the charger, we are agnostic. So we are flexible in both the ways. That's why we named our platform also as Flexi.
Can I ask a question about
very short one, please? Yeah.
Right. Okay. What's unique about your business? That's a short question.
Okay. So the way we understood the market, that is the biggest uniqueness. Because currently when people are pushing fast charging or a higher life, they are pushing that through a very particular cell chemistry or through a very particular charger or a combination of both of these. The way we are building our technology layer, it is agnostic to cells, which are the power generation source. So we can use the same tech layer across all the future chemistries which are coming up. Along with that, the way we have developed our tech, we are also scalable across any charger. So we can fast charge our batteries for two-wheelers even using a normal 3-pin socket, which is available across every home in India.
Okay, thank you for the questions and answers again. Unfortunately, time's up already. We have to continue with IGowise. Thank you guys, by the way. Oops, can you see it? Yes.
What can one organization do to create the necessary impact for the unimaginable challenges of tomorrow? As Tesla has proved already, it can change the course of an entire industry and force an accelerated path towards greener future. That is only possible when we package an irresistibly valuable deal for our consumers with sustainability and climate impact just as an add-on side benefit. Our narrow urban roads and non-existent parking spaces ensure two-wheelers to be the preferred mode of commute for common Indian family. But as more and more people climb up the economic ladder, the need for safety, utility, and comfort is increasing drastically. That is precisely why we are proud to offer Trigo Family EV that is 5 times more stable, 3 times more spacious, 3 times more durable, best in any class ergonomics and accessibility irrespective of age, gender, and economic class. While our eventual end goal is to provide a dignified access to mobility for the aspirational rural Indian household, our beachhead market is the multi-generational family household in urban metro community who are safety, space, and status conscious. Working women with school-going kids and elderly couples who do not want to be totally reliant on their kids to take them out. While other electric bike and scooters are content with offering a little bit more range or a little bit more speed, we have decided to address the often neglected other parameters, including safety, space, comfort, accessibility, intelligence, and multi-utility. Engineered grounds up, rugged, reliable, and durable, tested rigorously on the Indian road conditions that assures reliability on any roads across the world. Our unique patented technology, always put on board, facilitates intelligent tilt at high speed, self-stabilization at low speed. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the only trike in the world that can be ridden with a two-wheeler license and fits in a two-wheeler parking space. We've done extensive research in understanding the consumer psyche even before trying to engineer our product. We have been conducting on-road trials to validate consumer preferences from various target groups that helped us iterate, and build 5 generations of prototypes in less than 12 months. Owing to the strong demand and high willingness to pay from urban household consumer, we have decided to pivot our market entry into the B2C segment instead of the initially planned B2B segment. Rising fuel prices, great regulatory incentives, better product experience, and ever-expanding charging options have resulted in strong demand from consumers. But our unique product innovation and grounds-up rethinking allowed simpler, faster, and far cheaper way to manufacture. There are around 150,000 road accidents that are happening in India every year. Two-wheeler users are 30 times more prone to fatality during an accident. 70% of these fatalities involve a young breadwinner for their families. Our Trigo stands out by going beyond the tailpipe emissions and corresponding urban pollution levels. By enhancing the safety, capability, and durability, we are able to reduce the socio-economic cost of human lives lost, goods spilled, energy spent, e-wastage created, etc. There are 1 billion cars running on the road. All major urban metro cities across the world are already choked to the neck. Imagine when the next 1 billion cars enter the roads. Only way forward for us to improve public transportation infrastructure and at the same time reduce the footprint of private transportation. Our all-weather SkyGo will eliminate the compromise between choosing a bike versus choosing a car. Thank you, Climate Collective team, for giving us this tremendous opportunity. We welcome each and everyone to visit our plant in Whitefield, Bangalore. All the best to the startups across the world. I'm certain each and every one of us will create a huge impact, and that can be monumental when we do it together. Thank you.
Thank you for the pitch. Let's go. I think we have Shravan Gaurav here today from IGowise.
Yes, team.
Yeah. I will stop sharing in case you have anything to share. Yeah, go ahead, please, for the Q&A.
Oh, thank you. For me, can I go ahead?
Please, Emmanuel.
Please.
Yes, thank you, IGowise. Innovative products.
Sorry, I think I've lost.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear. I can hear you at least. Yeah. Yeah. And could you please mute yourself if you're not speaking, Shravan? It's for the background noise.
Sorry,
yeah.
Can you repeat the question, Varun?
My question is about safety. Safety, because you talked about 150,000 accidents in India every year. I'll show you in Nigeria, the numbers are more. They're far more. It's actually comes from the behavior of the riders. So are you going to also look at that aspect and try to, as you sell your product, try to do some advocacy to ensure that the riders and users of your products are safe, and also that they are always well protected? So I saw the last picture you showed, the rider had a helmet on, but her passenger had no helmet on.
Right. I understand where your question and coming from. We greatly appreciate. Of course, as a startup, we are working with the limited resources that we have. Probably during the demonstration phase, point well taken. But on the safety aspect, yes, most definitely. The fundamental problem we are trying to solve is the instability of a two-wheeler, right? Particularly where the road infrastructure is not well. The high instability we are trying to address with a triangular stability, and also by addressing the rigidity of a three-wheeler. Three-wheelers are more prone to toppling at high speeds if you take a sharp turn. So that also we have resolved in a unique way. It's our patented technology, and we were most certain we will be analyzing all the aspects of safety and accidents. So that is the reason we have capped our top speed to 70 kmph, even though our motor power is much more. And also we will be providing the analytics for the users so that better behavior is encouraged, right? So that's again across the world, different countries, different regulations, but we can most definitely provide assistance to users to push them in the right direction. Yes, thank you. Any other questions?
Can I ask a quick question? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
take one more question, please.
Please.
You go first, Louisa.
No, I couldn't hear this. No worries, you can ask.
Okay. A very quick question. Just to clarify, are you manufacturing the Trigos as well, or will you subcontract that?
We have decided, we are very much open to subcontracting in the future, but considering that this is a very unique vehicle, the technology is very unique to us. It's our patented technology, and we want to go to the market, prove the reliability, prove the robustness of the vehicle before relying on someone else, because the quality and the trust that we build for a vehicle of this kind is very important. So we will be doing initially before we are confident enough to rely on a subcontractor.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you. Time is up, unfortunately. Now I hope then you can ask a question for the next startup. Sorry.
Thank you, everyone.
No worries.
Thank you. Let's continue. So our next startup is MeGoElectric.
Hello, everyone. Let me start by pointing out that there are more than 1,500 trucks of various payload capacity registered in Ukraine. This small fraction of vehicles, however, is responsible for up to 80% of exhaust fumes emissions in the country. Now imagine that over time, most of these trucks could be replaced with all-electric vehicles, not only carbon neutral, but also extremely economically profitable for their owners. We, a team of engineers from MeGoElectric, can make it possible. I am Lada Gogoleva, the PR manager of the MeGoElectric team. We sell light and medium-duty electric trucks to companies engaged in transportation of any goods at an affordable price. I'd like to point out that our main innovation is the total optimization of our trucks to achieve the minimum price and maximum functionality. Our technological potential lies in the development of original engineered solutions to achieve a new level of reliability. On the other hand, we rely on simple and practical construction for our modular trucks, thus ensuring the maximum flexibility of our production process to meet the needs of any customer. Our beachhead market is represented by all the Ukrainian companies that perform transportation of goods, equipment, etc. However, our primary focus lies on the logistics fleet operators and construction companies, for we anticipate an unprecedented level of demand for light and medium-duty trucks in the recovery period following the war. Having introduced our product to the Ukrainian market, we plan to expand to the neighboring countries and further. The affordable price of our trucks results from our deep understanding of the customer's needs, which we are able to adjust to in both domestic and foreign markets. The most significant advantage of our electric trucks for the customers is that they will be able to minimize the transportation expenses while also reducing CO2 and other combustion products emissions in the atmosphere. Moreover, our trucks can be charged directly from a household network, which means that a customer company will not depend on the high-voltage charging infrastructure. Our trucks are built to precisely fulfill the requirements of the customers and last long. That means that the main characteristics of the trucks, such as exterior, motor power, or battery capacity, can be changed to satisfy a particular company. When constructing our trucks, we adhere to the following principles. Minimalism. The simple engineered solutions ensure our model's reliability as well as flexibility to provide extra features a customer could require. Modularity. Our truck's frame is suitable to transport any goods, from bread to sand, whereas the truck's payload capacity can vary from 500 kilos to 2 tons. The frame can be lengthened to accommodate any body type. Right to repair. Even though we are prepared to provide the repair services for our customers, they will also have the right to turn to any other company of their choice, which means we do not impose our services on the customers. We have served 20 potential customers represented by logistics companies and other enterprises. Our assumption was that the customers will be attracted by the affordable price of our trucks as well as their low maintenance costs. The customer interviews have confirmed our assumption that the affordable price we offer increases the possibility of our product's purchase. The most important incentive for a customer to switch to electric propulsion, however, are the significant fuel savings. The cost price of our most affordable model, the Courier, amounts to €7,000. Saying that, we are aiming at the net profit of €1,000 per car, which is well justified in the current market environment. If after the first 4 years of operation we will achieve the sales rate of 8,000 electric cars per year, we will be able to count on €8.1 million of annual profit. To continue, I'd like to emphasize that a medium-duty truck with the IC engine volume of 2 to 2.5 liters emits an average of 11 kilos CO2 per 100 kilometers. Meanwhile, a Courier class truck can average around 30,000 kilometers per year. That means that if tomorrow 10,000 ICE trucks were to be replaced with our Courier models, which are powered by renewable energy sources, the atmosphere could be spared 33,000 tons of CO2. In conclusion, our team members are experienced professionals and patriots of their home city Mykolaiv. We know how to organize the electric trucks production and eventually expand it to the international level. That, however, requires investment. At the moment, the main goals for every Ukrainian are the victory and recovery of our country, physical as well as economic. The launch of our electric trucks production will ensure the country's access to an affordable and environmentally friendly cargo vehicles, as well as transformation of our home city into the capital of Ukrainian electric mobility, which also means creation of thousands of jobs for people. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Lara, and the whole team. Now it's time for the Q&A. Let me start sharing. Yona, do you have a question? I would like to give the floor to first if you have a question.
Thank you, Elif. Actually, I don't have a question for this group, but yeah, thanks.
Try my chance. Okay, who has a question?
I can start.
Okay,
are you planning to do the manufacturing and servicing and offer servicing services yourself?
Well, at the moment, we are ready to provide services where we are represented as service body shops. However, thanks to the fact that we source our main electric components from the leading providers, our customers are covered anywhere in Ukraine and also in Europe, because these companies, for example, CATL, they have a diverse service net.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
MeGoElectric.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well done. Great initiative. My question, what's your plan to expand beyond your country to other countries that might need this wonderful innovation?
So basically, first of all, obviously, we'd like to introduce our product to our market, to the domestic market. Then we will have the sources to invite other professionals to our team who will be able to consult us on the rules, on the standards of the European market. And as we are sure that Ukraine will be part of the European Union in the nearest future, we believe that we will also get investment, and the European market will be interested in this product. Thank you for your question.
Anyone else? Sarah?
Yeah, it was a very interesting presentation indeed. You've got a target market of 2.9 million trucks in the Ukraine in 5 years, which is a pretty huge growth rate. Do you have partners such as, you mentioned CATL from the battery side, who would enable you to scale quickly enough?
Yes, we have the partners and enough source material to provide. However, as we have mentioned, we require investment in order to expand and satisfy the market need.
Okay. And in the short term, how will you cope with the constraints on the electricity supply in Ukraine? That will need to be rebuilt to some extent to then enable your charging process.
Well, that is a very valid concern, but our trucks are charged at night when there are no blackouts and they're working during the day. So basically, there are no problems with that. And also our trucks are charged from the domestic sockets, which means that they don't require the high voltage infrastructure.
Yeah, okay. I think that's quite a good advantage, being able to utilize the domestic network.
Thank you.
I just had another question about whether, because you have a very minimal modular design, is that compliant with the car and van standards that you'll need to comply with in the rest of the EU?
Yes, probably you have seen in the photos, we have license plates, so our trucks are licensed, they comply with the standards in the Ukraine, and they will comply with the standards in Europe.
Great.
Great, thank you, Lara and the
Very
team
much.
for the presentations and the answers. Let's continue with MaxAh, and please correct me if I mispronounce your startup name.
Dear all, greetings from Ukraine. The world around us is full of degraded battery waste. 200,000 tons today, 1 million in 2030, with a decay period of 500 years. Looking back, don't you see a parallel with the plastic catastrophe of today? We launched MaxAh, clean tech startup to prevent such, recycled degraded lithium-ion batteries and recovered cathode and anode material, making them reusable. My name is Alexei. Today I will lead your journey to the universe of MaxAh. With our innovative technology to refurbish degraded lithium-ion batteries, cathode and anode masses, we bring to the market a superior technology with a low carbon footprint and a better price compared to the existing ones on the market. This will allow lithium-ion battery manufacturers to optimize energy storage costs globally and improve their carbon footprint by applying our solution in a variety of sectors, starting from consumer electronics to electric vehicles and renewable energy generation. Last but not least, with our technology, we solve the problem of battery recycling. The price of a clean future is only 8,000 euro per ton. Our primary product is lithium iron phosphate for lithium-ion system, short named LFP. Corresponding to the customer portrait, total addressable market for LFP cathode only is estimated at 8.37 billion euro, with a compound annual growth rate of 25.6% and prospected to grow, driven by global electrification trend. MaxAh 1 billion euro beachhead market combines EU 7 countries where the valuable part of leading global battery manufacturer production site is located and being constructed till 2030. Current production methods for cathode and anode material do not meet the needs of manufacturers in terms of price and carbon footprint, while MaxAh, a circular economy partner, proposes to its customers the best: market cost, sustainability, and swift supply chain. MaxAh recovered cathode saves 100% of the parameters of primary material and resolves the battery waste number. As to get 1 ton of degraded cathode, we recycle 3 tons of degraded batteries and make recovery even more environmental friendly and completely waste-free, as our materials are prepared for further recycling. Market research using the customer discovery and survey methods proved us the prospects and the need to develop our technology. However, a great cost per ton, a low carbon footprint are not all that the market demands. We need to establish a technology and production chain to stable supply, and we need investment for such development. As a result, 89% of respondents, our target customers from beachhead and serviceable and obtainable market, expressed the desire to launch pilot project with MaxAh. In year 5, selling at least 3,500 tons of 7 to 7 industry partners with a 40% beachhead market share, MaxAh profit will be 18 million euro. 40% market share this way means supply contracts, but not a single supplier status due to the partner supply chain policies and overall demand. The key drivers confirming the mentioned prospects are the sharpest growth of battery waste, which is 15% annually, global state regulation, which drives manufacturers towards systematic battery waste recycling and recovery. Doing sustainable business is an outline of United Nations Organization goals to transform the world. By producing 350 tons of cathode material, we can reduce up to 333,000 tons of CO2 per year, which equals to the same emission of 42,000 cars, or the combustion of 644,000 barrels of oil. The total eco-cost of carbon footprint reduction equals almost 39 million euro. MaxAh is about businessmen and scientists in tandem. Sergey Dubinevich, MaxAh founder and CEO, Vyacheslav Zinin, co-founder and CTO. Dream is to create green energy storages, making a valuable contribution to the carbon-neutral future that allow us to become a unicorn in year 10. Our scientific and combination in business experience provides a synergetic effects that allow us to achieve the mentioned result. Thank you. Let's proceed to the question and answer session. Hear each other live very soon.
Thank you for the presentation. I think we have Lex here. Yeah, the presenter.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. Okay,
Hello.
this is yours. You have 3 minutes for the Q&A.
Can I go first? As a great presentation, Lex. I notice you have a very high gross margin of 5,000 euros a ton. Do you get that gross margin when you have a very high scale of throughput? What are your gross margins at the start of your business, and how do you defend 5,000 euros a ton? It's very high.
Okay, so you mean that's a couple questions in one question. So let's start from scratch. So the gross margin. So the market is completely in electrification. That's in each and every sector now, from consumer electronics to electric vehicles. Yeah. So this goes to raw material for batteries, the technologies we are producing. So they give us these 25 disrupting %. That's batteries do less %, but raw materials, that's where the business is made now. Yeah. So that's the first part of your question. Am I right? And the next one part is so the cost, of course, it's now, you know, it's electrochemistry, that's tough duty, and we need a laboratory. So now the cost is a bit big for a profit margin, yeah? So then, of course, when the technology will be well made done by our scientists in a pure good laboratory, the cost will be lower, of course, so the profit margin will be higher. And still, even with this profit margin, the income is very, very good. Am I answered your question?
You have, thank you.
Thanks.
I would ask a follow-on question in terms of your process. You mentioned, I saw at least in one slide about it being organic based, and the follow-on from that is, do you have patent protection or IP protection under your technology?
We have obligations for this purpose, so we signed an agreement and sent the applications. So we have at least a year and like the maximum of 2 years to cover these patents, so to book and buy the patents, yeah. So that's a point of investment. So we are fully protected now in Europe and in China, in US and in Ukraine by patent applications. So we need an investor to afford this full patent obligation for us now. So yeah, we are already done for it. As is destructive, of course. Thank you, Lisa.
We have a room for one more question.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Lex. Oh, sorry, Luisa, you want to go?
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Thank you, Lex. And just for my understanding, can you just recap a bit on the technology? You know.
Sure.
Yeah, just a little recap. Yes.
So the methodology. When you do recovery nowadays, I have a backup slide for it, but we don't have time. We have two technologies. That's pyro extraction and hydro distraction. That's where the carbon footprint is hidden. You have flame and you have boiling. So you have a lot of carbon footprint. What we do is something secret sauce in it. So it's something nearby the hydro recovery and something nearby what Northvolt in Europe do, if you know what Northvolt in Europe do. So this is something unique, something patented. And this technology allows us to do it, like even in household. So it's absolutely clean. So we separate all the battery related materials apart. Then we take a cathode and anode, make them in a kettle, boil them with a special small temperature, and then we just collect them all together in this kettle. And then we push them like ready products. So that's shared technology with a special secret sauce in it, of course. But yeah, it's very shared process, and you don't need the logistics. So you don't need the filtration. You don't need the special big factory for it. So it's one place made. And the recovery is 100%. So it's thanks to our scientist team from Dnipro and from Turkey. We have 2 institutions in our package.
All right, thank you for Thermistance. Thermistance, right?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Bhima Shankar here from Thermistance. Thermistance is the first Indian deep tech startup in the field of advanced passive thermal management. The word thermistance came from thermal resistance, which is a basic building block for designing any heating or cooling system. What thermistance deal with? Thermistance sells loop heat pipe to the businesses such as battery manufacturer, fast charging station manufacturer, or electric vehicle OEM manufacturer. Now let's understand the available market size for loop heat pipe in India by 2025. When we consider about the electric vehicle thermal management, it is again classified in 3 different parts. One is a electric vehicle fast charging station thermal management, second is a battery thermal management, and third one is the auxiliary power thermal management. Out of $5 billion market size available, 37% market is accounted by charging stations. Out of which 73% market is captured by fast charging station thermal management. Initially, the penetration rate is higher in metro cities, so the available beachhead market size for the fast charging station is $340 million. $73 million market is captured by electric vehicle battery thermal management. $57 million market is captured by the auxiliary power thermal management. By adding all these 3 markets, the total available electric vehicle thermal management market size becomes $470 million. By this, we understood that we are solving the overheating issues in electric vehicles. We have seen a lot of fire incident in electric vehicles in India, and thermal runaway is a major issue. For the adoption of the technology, the catering with these problems is a major concern. So now let's understand the available issues with the current systems. So limitations for the present system, they require external power input, low heat transfer capabilities, and it requires continuous maintenance. So our value proposition is we are providing loop heat pipe based passive cooling technology, which is maintenance free. It doesn't require fans, no power input is required, no noise, no moving parts, and over and above, it is 5 times better as compared to the already available solutions in the markets. Now let's understand and have a look at our products. We are providing 2 products. One is a heat pipe based passive cooled battery pack, and second is a loop heat pipe based passive cooled battery pack. Heat pipe based passive cooled battery pack is used for the low heat transfer applications like 2-wheelers and 3-wheelers. Loop heat pipe based battery pack is used for the commercial applications. Now let's have a look at our customer discovery. We have interviewed 30 customers, and the major questions were like, what is passive mean? How effective is this technology? Is there any performance difference available? What is the price difference compared to the current cooling system? Is there any design changes are required? Our key insights were the companies are eager to implement this technology. They are ready to pay a higher amount because of the reliability of the system and the technology. They are interested to see the commercial implementation, and providing the quality and tested product is the key. We have got the idea about we need to have complete documentation with the quantitative testing reports. Now let's have a look at the financials. If we, out of $470 million market size, if we consider 3.2% market is captured by producing 4 lakh units of loop heat pipe per year, so accounting $15 million profit per year. Our cost of production is $12.5 and selling cost is $50, so accounting $37.5 profit per unit. So key drivers are technology that we have developed, market trend towards a greener and cleaner world, large available market size in India, and the lower cost of the products. Now let's understand the climate impact that we are providing. The cooling accounts for the more than 4% of the greenhouse gases. In absolute terms, it is 2 billion tons of GHGs. This is more than the combined emissions from the aviation and shipping industry. By providing passive cooling technology, which doesn't require any external energy, and replacing the active cooling technology to minimize the greenhouse gases. And we found that 60% reduction in the greenhouse gases compared to the IC engine vehicles by implementing the passive cooling cooled battery packs. Our aim is to provide 100 jobs by 2025. Our target is to maintain 50-50 gender ratio. And our target is to construct a green gigafactory by 2025, which will be completely run by the renewable solar energy. And the total 100 megawatt electricity will be generated with this plant. So let's have a look at, I'm the founder and CEO at Thermistance with 7+ years of experience in thermal management. Dhananjay comes from operations and manufacturing background with 10+ years of experience. Pratiksha with 4+ years of experience. Roy Quirian with 35+ years of experience, and he is a mentor and advisor at Thermistance. He is helping us in cost optimization with he was a previous chairman at Deepak Fertilizers. Our aim is to develop a miniaturized liquid pipe technology for different applications and achieve $10 million by the financial year of 2024, making this state-of-art technology available for minimum cost and become a trusted partner in the world's technological revolution by removing the barriers with efficient and climate-friendly thermal management. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the presentation. Let's go to the Q&A session. Yes. Yeah. Who do you want to? I think Sarah is talking, but can you hear?
Can I ask a question about how you're going to get your product to market? So who's your customer? Is it battery pack manufacturers and they will integrate your passive heat loop into their system, or is this a retrofit product?
Yes, our customers integrate our products in their batteries.
Okay. And how does the unit price of $50 compare to the price of the battery packs?
It will be currently they are using solid materials, and the cost is near about $100. And in our case, the cost is reducing because we are removing the excess material that is used for the conduction of heat inside the battery packs or inside the charging stations. So our battery pack, our cooling solution is a phase change based cooling solution, which is 5 times better compared to that. So because of that, the cost is also reducing compared to the currently available cost.
So would you sub-license your technology to the battery pack manufacturers?
Currently, we are collaborated with Batteries. They are the manufacturers, as well as we are collaborated with the electric vehicle manufacturers. So their entire battery pack, along with the cooling side, we are actually designed, and that will be implemented for their vehicles.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank
you.
Any other questions?
Maybe a quick one. Is your technology patent protected?
Yes, we are filing our patent. We have actually completed our testing, prototype testing, and our results are best as per our overall initial, and we are now leaving our patent. So application is in process.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, so if no one has.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's a great. No, I was going to say it's a great presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Great. So that means that now we have only one startup left, who is ProtofabTT. Oops.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ansel Bagwandine. Today, I'm pleased to present the Battery Alchemist project from ProtofabTT. We design, build, and lease modern battery regeneration gear for regular automotive and especially hybrid car batteries to get multiple lives. We lease smart battery regeneration gear to automotive concerns. In the center, you see the rented product moving across to the customer automotive service and fleet rental entities with a return of $20 per hour actual system use, internet tracked for proper accounting and reporting. Typically 12 hours usage per HEV battery is expected. A Caribbean island beachhead. Hybrid electric vehicle batteries, HEVs, have a market growth per year of 21%. Our Trinidad beachhead in the center already has 52,000 used HEVs needing service for a $12.3 million service market cap. The wider market space in 2025, the English-speaking Caribbean, offers a 24 million service market cap. And our neighbors in Latin America, a $72 million service market cap potential in 2027. Why this location? Our geographic location is an established niche market for imported used Japanese cars. And there's a global shortage of HEV batteries not going away anytime soon. Solid battery service demand exists, and only two higher cost competitors who offer no local warranties or support in the region. Our customers, the automotive HEV battery services, can double their profits. Look at the graph in the center. On the left, in the green bar chart, you can see $1,000 profit. On the right, just 500 for the battery replacement. Now, this is a double benefit because the overall customer, at the end of the day, the vehicle owner, is paying $2,500 on the right for battery replacement, but only $1,240 on the left for the battery regeneration. So they are paying half. But yet our customer, the battery service organization, is earning double, 1,000 versus 500. The Basel Convention on e-waste recognized our beachhead product in 2021. You can see the product on the left. Regenerating a number of batteries. Those are 12-volt car batteries existing in HEVs as well. And on the right, you can see a 42-kilogram HEV battery stripped down, ready for service. Responses from the 20 HEV service entities. There are 60 in the area. The interviews went like this. What impacts your operations? They said short supply of batteries, but high demand for the service. What are their customers' concerns? Well, service cost, of course, and reliability of the service. And how can their business grow? They need a cost-effective battery service solution with the local tech support for the gear. Reliability. Our sustainable financials, this service-based here. The key drivers on the right, you can see in the yellow. Price per service at $1,240 and cost per service at $1,000 translates to a $240 margin per service. The market share of 33% and the market size of 100,000 gives us 33,000 customer services for a net profit of about $8 million in the beachhead. Our climate impact, the large number here, 34,000 metric tons of CO2 reduction within our 33% beachhead niche market. In the center graph, you can see it quite clearly. Regeneration mitigates 99% of battery manufacturing carbon dioxide emissions versus a new battery replacement that produces 2,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide to manufacture. The reference is at the bottom. Our team and our dream to create sustainable technologies for developing nations like ours and to sequestrate or reduce 1 megaton of carbon dioxide by 2030. I am on the left as a team and technical lead, industrial engineering background with MIT Electronics and Green Project Management, having led 2 prior successful startups. In the center, Ms. Tabitha Gopal, Finance and Marketing, Masters in Economics and Mathematics. On the right, Mr. Budu, Mr. Winston Budu for Logistics and Supply Chain. He's another successful entrepreneur with an MBA and a BSc in Electrical Engineering.
Great, thank you. Ansel, right? Great, I'm sorry.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ansel.
Yeah, thank you. Ansel, yeah. Ansel, you're with us. Thank you for the presentation. And now, as the last Q&A of the session.
Sorry, Ansel, could you just explain quickly how the servicing happens and how frequently?
Okay, certainly. Thanks for the question. Okay, when a vehicle comes in for service, the battery pack can be removed in approximately 45 minutes and connected to the gear that you saw an image of. What happens then is an automated process that on average, depending on the battery size, would last about 12 hours.
I can't quite. I'm so sorry, Ansel. Can you start again? Because I couldn't quite hear you.
Okay, is this better?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The vehicle battery can be removed by the service organization within about 45 minutes, then connected to our gear, which is automated. So on average, you'd expect a 12-hour cycle time to the end result, where you would have the new battery re-rated or the repaired battery re-rated and then be able to be reinstalled in the vehicle in another 45 minutes. So you can call it less than 1 day turnaround time for the whole process.
And how often does that happen per car? I'm just trying to get a handle of your,
sure.
Your 33,000 services per annum.
Okay, the challenge we face, especially in the developing world, is something we call the foreign used vehicle market, where many thousands of vehicles, especially Toyotas, are imported already 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. So we have a very short cycle life of approximately 2 years in the tropics before these vehicles need to be serviced. And that is a challenge in the developing world, especially the Caribbean, Africa, Asia, and so on. So so you can look at it as from the moment the car is imported, within 2 years, it's going to need service in this area, this region.
But can you go through your process more than once during the remainder of the lifetime of the battery?
Yes. Okay. The advantage we have, the battery pack is made up of batteries that look a bit like this, a bunch of them, 2, 3, 4 dozen. What happens is that they can be regenerated, and usually you'll have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 in series that are bad that you end up replacing. So really, you're looking like at nearly 90% yields on every cycle, because the weak point is just 1 or 2 or 3 of those cells. Yes.
Is there time to ask another question? Just wondering about your patent protection, also considering that there's a service behind, and how would you be able to expand to other markets?
Okay, the product is fairly small and compact because it's scalable and modular. So the shipping is not a problem. In terms of patent protection, we already engaged with the Trinidad and Tobago IP office to start formulating via one of their officers. We include something, I'll share it with you here. It's something called sonication, S-O-N-I-C-cation, where there's a physical internal reaction within the battery as well as the electrochemical to agitate it to reverse the process of the battery degradation. So that's the opportunity that gives us the patent opportunity downstream.
Thank you.
All right. That was the end of the whole session, the sustainable mobility session. Thank you for all the pitches. And before you leave the room, I would like you to all of you to open your cameras, and let's take a screenshot.
Thank you everyone for your presentations. It was great. Really inspiring.
Indeed.